What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moose Milk Podcast. This is episode 101. 101.
101.
I'm your host, Ryan. This is, of course,
I'm your
Mr.
other
Matthew.
host. Yep, that's me.
At Customs by Matthew. Tummy Tickler of 09. The God of Thunder.
I'm going to keep doing it. I don't care. I'm going to keep making stupider and stupider names.
I like it, man. I like it. It's if I wasn't this tired, I would have definitely thought of something, but again, very, very tired.
I understand completely. Yeah. I get it.
How's your week?
It's okay. Yeah, not too bad. I had a busy week again. Seems like I have a lot of those. Hi, Jordan from Canada. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it seems like it's always a busy week. It doesn't seem like it's ever going away.
Yeah. Work's been so busy for me. We don't need to talk about it. Work's been crazy though. And I've been trying to, this week was busy for me, especially because usually Whip Wednesday takes up like my Monday night and my Wednesday night. But This week I did 2 Whip Wednesdays because I recorded my episode for next week with Life with Brock last night. And we went for like 3 hours. Like so fucking long. And it's like crazy because it's like I was thinking and I'm like, I don't really need to do the prep for it until next Monday. But then I'm like, oh wait, I use the image in the background, so I have to have the thumbnail. So if I'm shooting the thumbnail, then like that's the biggest part. Then I might as well just do all of it. So I technically did prep for 2 episodes last week. So it took up Monday and Wednesday, and then Thursday I did prep, and then Friday I shot the interview. So yeah, it was just I had no time.
We're just too busy of people, man. It's as we get older, there's just no free time.
I know, it sucks.
I bought the new Harry Potter game for PlayStation.
Oh, nice. I didn't even know there was a new Harry Potter game.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy around it because of J.K. Rowling and everything. But regardless, sure. I'm not going to dive deep into that today. But I haven't even started it yet. Like it came out yesterday. I pre-ordered it and whatever. But like I just haven't had time. I'm like,
yeah,
I'll get to it sometime.
When you get I don't know. Yeah. Jordan from Canada says, "Wow, 3 hours of Life with Brock." Lots of folks will be excited. Yeah, hopefully. To be honest, Jordan, it was so fun, man. I thought we kind of said we were gonna go for an hour and a half, and then I'm like, hey man, it's been like 3 hours, and he's like, oh holy shit, what? So
time flies with good convos, buddy.
It was great, man. It was so good. We had a great conversation. We talked for an hour and a half, and then we did This Week in Customs for an hour, and then we talked some more. It was really fun.
Good.
I can't wait till Wednesday, and I'm going to premiere it Wednesday, so I'm going to be in the chatting with everybody, so that way it can kind of feel like it's somewhat live, I guess.
And you can point out things like, oh, this is where you can see my left nipple if you look really closely. And
you can't tell, but my balls were itchy at this moment.
Exactly.
I was scratching them. If you notice, my shoulders kind of.
That's the kind of commentary we're looking for, sir.
Yep, it's true. So I'm here to deliver, and I will be there to deliver on Wednesday night. So
beauty.
How was your week?
Busy. I don't know. I mean, busy for my standards. I'm trying to clean out my spare bedroom to make it like an actual studio for the podcast. Nice. So I've been working away slowly at that, and I have too much shit, so it's fucking frustrating. I don't have enough room in this house, and then besides that, work and I just haven't been sleeping well, so I'm really, really tired today. And it was my friend's
daughter's haven't been sleeping well.
Birthday today, so I got
that was so funny.
She turned 2 today, and so I wrote a big message in her card like happy birthday, blah 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 blah. And then I'm like, wait, how the fuck are you reading this? You're 2. So I don't know. I try to have fun with it, but she's super into like space and stuff. So everybody bought her like space themed like gifts basically. So she got like I bought her this like miniature dash hound like stuffed animal that has like a space helmet on it. It's fucking sweet.
I love dash hounds.
Yeah, buddy.
How's your hype level going into Antman?
Really low.
Is it? Yeah. I'm not as hyped. It's making me happy that the crit, like so far, like what's coming out of it is people are saying it's pretty good and that it's like kind of an Avengers level movie, and that I've heard a lot of people say it's like the MCU's Star Wars, which I was like,
right.
Okay.
I mean, I am excited for it. Don't get me wrong. It's just like I was gonna rewatch Ant-Man 1 and 2, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I was just
I
like,
might
man.
try to, but I don't think I'm gonna have time to. But if I somehow have time, I might at least get to watch it while I'm customizing or something, because I'm gonna be doing
Yeah,
a lot of sculpting this week. So maybe I'll try to put them on and while I do that. But
I just haven't been in that mode. Like I last what Sunday or Saturday, whatever, after the pod, I was gonna watch Thor: Love and Thunder because I haven't
Mhm.
rewatched it since theaters, and I got about 10 minutes into it. And I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this at all right now,
Yeah,
so I just turned it off.
I honestly, man, like I need a win. So I really hope I'm in the same boat. Like my hype level has gone up a little bit just because it seems like most of the consensus coming out of it is that it's good. So,
Good, not great. Seems like the consensus.
oh really? It seemed
Yeah,
to
it
be
seems
saying
like it's
otherwise.
positive, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be like a 9 out of 10. It seems like it's going to be like a solid seven
Hmm.
five eight.
Hmm. Well, we'll see. I really need something to reinvigorate me and pull me back in here because I feel like I'm drifting away.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I'm not trying to damper your spirits on it. Like I just don't think it's going to be. I mean, if you give Endgame and Infinity War a 10, this isn't going to be that level, obviously.
No,
So
no,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I
I
feel like
assume
it's
it's going
hard
to be
to.
like a solid 8.5. Like it's going to be like good, not great, a
I
lot of
just need it
fun.
to do. See, to me, it's less about how good the movie it is, and more about how it makes me excited for the future of the MCU. Like, not
Yeah,
that I want to focus just on what's to come, but it's just I'm so out of it right now that it's like I need something to like pull me back in, and I'm
totally, I get
just
it. I mean, I feel the same way. Really, I don't know. My hype levels are low enough that like I'm excited more for Guardians than I am for Ant-Man.
me too. I'm excited for Guardians.
But
So I've never been
late,
excited for an Ant-Man movie. I always like them, but I've never been excited for one. I don't think they
yeah,
just
and
don't really pull me like that. I mean, I do like Paul Rudd, and I think he plays the character well, but I'm just not.
yeah,
I just
Paul
don't.
Rudd's great, but like I don't like Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't think was like anything to like brag about or anything. Like it was fine.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah,
Um, the first one was had some funny moments, but it wasn't
yep,
like fucking monumental by any stretch. So like
yep. I agree.
I don't know. I hope it's better than those two, and if it
Me
is,
too.
great.
Me too. Sweet man.
What'd you get watching this week?
I didn't watch a lot. I did continue watching Simpsons through the week as I was customizing.
Mm.
Still fucking laughing away. I just actually saw the one I watched yesterday was when Homer goes to space.
Oh, that's a great episode.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Super 7 just released the first wave of Simpsons figures, and the Homer from that wave is in the spacesuit. Comes with like the bag of chips, the ant
That's sweet.
colony.
That's
So I'm
awesome.
like trying my best to be like, I don't need it. I don't need it. So
That's always hard, man.
I know, but I'm might not be able to say no. Next wave has Krusty, and I'm just like,
That's sweet.
I might need to get Krusty, so we'll see. I watched Bad Batch, so this week we got 2 episodes of Bad Batch. It was kind of like a story arc, a 2 story, and basically it fills in the gaps of like why the Empire got rid of clones and moved into stormtroopers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's really, I think it's funny because I think we're 6 episodes into Bad Batch now, or 6 or 7, and there's been 2 full episodes where the Batch aren't even in it.
Yeah, that's
And the
very
first one,
strange to
I
me.
know. But yeah, it was. It's honestly, it was like a really good story arc. Rex comes back, Captain Rex comes back, and yeah, it's really cool. And it's like talks about like you can see that's kind of been like an overlaying story for the series so far. It's kind of been like talking about like clones like realizing that like there's not really a future for them because of their like accelerated age, and they just want all they know is like war, and like they can't get away from that and are having a hard time accepting that like they're not always going to be fighting. And then
Huh.
you have some of them who are just what are we doing, like we're following orders but it seems wrong, so you can see some of them are starting to have this like reaction to like Order 66, and like
Sure.
they in the first season they like destroy Camino, like the whole planet, like wipe it off the map. And yeah, so it's been this is like the first 2 story arc that was like really really good, and it was awesome, man. It was really
Cool,
good. I
man.
was very happy with it. We started watching. Have you ever heard of Girls Five Eva? So it's
No.
like a Tina Fey show. It was on like Peacock, I think,
Okay.
but I think it's on Crave. But we Kate's a really big fan of Busy Phillips. Do you know who that is? She's an actor from like Geeks and Freaks and
Okay, I never got into Geeks and Freaks, so that's probably
yeah. So it's basically like about this like girl boy band, like a girl band from like the late 90s.
why.
And
Okay,
then like they fast forward to like 10 years into the future or something like that, and like they're trying to like reignite the band or whatever.
gotcha.
And like it's pretty fun. Like I mean it's like it's cheesy because it's like did you ever remember that show Together?
Nope.
It was like the same idea. It was like a boy band for MTV, but it was like
Oh,
supposed to be a reality show, but it wasn't a reality show.
I do remember what you're talking about. I don't
Yeah.
think I ever watched it, but that
Yeah.
rang a bell to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically that. And it's like one of them, like they all kind of look the same, but one of them aged. Like it's played by like it's played by like an old woman now because she like super aged and like
That's awesome.
it's just like it's stupid, but it's funny. So
It's funny, like we really got out of that whole boy band, girl band thing, like
Yeah.
of the late 90s, early 2000s. Like that was such a popular thing, is everything had to be like a 5 hot guy or 5 hot girl
Yep.
fucking setup, and it's like that just doesn't happen anymore.
I can't remember the boy band that like counterparts Girls Five Ever, but they have a fucking hilarious name. It's slipping my mind right now. But yeah, and it's like the song is like I mean it's just fun. It's pretty funny, and it's like Tina Fey produces it, so like it's pretty it's in vein of Tina Fey, and then that kind of inspired us to watch a couple episodes of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Gotcha. I only seen the first season. Yeah,
that's the only one that's worth watching, honestly.
Yeah, I heard it went.
I think we stopped. I think by the end of 2, we were like dropping out. I think we watched like 2 or 3 season 3, and we were like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
But see, like once you solve the issue, like once they
right.
broke it at the end of season 1, I'm like, you can't do anything more from here.
No,
like,
you
could have stretched
show.
that out. Yeah. So we watched the episode where Titus goes on the news and he's like practicing to go live or whatever, and he's like, oh, Carol, I'm gonna burn off my skin tags.
Yeah, that show was funny, man. That first season was excellent, but
yeah, that first season's fantastic, but
yeah,
the rest are not that good. So
yeah, I remember like what was that fucking other show that was on MTV or I don't know if it was MTV even, where they were trying to get a fucking boy band together.
Is it the record deal one? It was O-Town was the band.
O-Town, that's what I was thinking of.
It was making the band.
Making the band. Fucking, oh man.
Remember the Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. That's what made me think of it, was the Dave Chappelle.
Dylan, because I spit hot fire.
Yeah, it was MTV, right? Yeah.
It was MTV,
yeah. I watched one of those seasons. I know there was like 1 or 2. I think there was 2 of those seasons, but I watched one of them and I was like, this is a fucking disaster. And then when Chappelle did the stand-up about it, I was like, this is spot on.
Amazing.
But
yeah. So that's what I watched. I didn't get any farther than that, really. We watched like 5 episodes of Girls Five Eva, and then we watched 2 episodes of Kimmy Schmidt.
Gotcha.
And then I watched Last of Us.
Both episodes. Yes.
Both eps.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm still watching Friends. Obviously, I'm not done yet. I'm in season 9. Man, I really think the second half of that show really goes downhill. I never realized it, but
of which one, sir?
Friends.
Oh, Friends. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The first 5 seasons, I think that show is like fucking top notch, and season 6, 7, 8, like I don't know, it was fine, but it wasn't like keeping me interested really all that much. And then I don't know, I'm like 4 or 5 episodes into season 9. I don't know. I think it's weird how that show changed so dramatically. Like Ross starts off as like this super intelligent, like professor, doctor, paleontologist, and by the end of the series, he's just batshit like fucking crazy, and he's a moron and doesn't know what he's doing, and like the characters just changed so dramatically. It's very bizarre, but
I can imagine that it probably had a big part of the fame that certain ones got too, though, right? Because like Jennifer Aniston was like huge, Courtney Cox was huge, so like,
yeah, I mean, I think Jennifer Aniston was always like the one that that was going to break out of that show and be like a fucking superstar, fucking level Hollywood actor. But
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. The show's good, but it's definitely like gone a little bit downhill in the second half. But
sure.
So yeah, other than that, season 4 started on Thursday. I want to say it dropped.
Yeah.
first half. They're doing it in halves, so
Mhm.
5 episodes dropped on Thursday, and then another 5
that
drop in
Netflix?
March. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It was good. I watched it. I don't know. I watched it in one sitting basically, and
Nice.
I don't know. It kind of turns the show on its head a little bit in season 4, which it was desperately needed.
Oh, okay,
Um,
good.
but it didn't like blow me out of the water or anything. Like I'm
Yeah, I thought
interested.
I read that somebody said it was okay, but like nothing crazy.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes in the second half. They're kind of setting it
Cool.
up, but yeah. So that's out there, and then obviously Last of Us episode 4 and 5, and I don't remember. I think that's everything really.
Who's gonna win at footballs tomorrow?
I'm hoping Kansas, but I have a feeling Philly's going to win. I'm going for Kansas, but
I'm going for Philly just because
I knew you would.
it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I fucking hate Philadelphia, so I've always hated fucking Philly teams. I can't stand
I don't
them.
know anything about. I don't even know the fundamentals of football. So
Yeah, you get the football and you bring it to the other side of the field and you score points.
sometimes it's 7, sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 6.
Just depends what you do,
Depends.
but and I mean that's why we're doing 2 episodes of Last of Us, right? Because
right.
Super Bowl is tomorrow, and HBO was scared that nobody would watch the episode, so they dropped the new episode on Friday, and I think it's still airing on HBO tomorrow night, but on streaming
it is smart.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, the Super Bowl is the most watched thing basically every single year, so any show going up against it is gonna pale in comparison. So
yeah,
it's smart on HBO's part, and the shows keeps getting bigger and bigger every week. Like it's fucking dominating the HBO.
I know. Lots of people are loving it too. Seems like there's not a whole lot of hate on it, but it seems like there's lots of love on it. So
yeah, totally. I actually I forgot to mention I watched the 2023 Royal Rumble that aired like 2 weeks ago.
Was it shit?
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was pretty bad Royal Rumble in my opinion, but
that's unfortunate.
My friend Brett put it on just like out of curiosity, and he like kind of skimmed through it, and he's like, I didn't recognize one single wrestler in the entire 3 hours. And I was like, perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I forgot to show you these.
Yeah, they're so good, man.
It's me.
I know
they're big though, but
it's really good.
I know. I like it. I'm gonna paint them up. I think I might even paint them up tonight, like just at least start it.
Nice. We should also talk that we are officially going to Fan Expo.
We are officially going to Fan Expo. Woo-woo. We booked tickets and hotels right before we came on. Well, Ryan didn't book his tickets because his computer is being shit.
These are all true facts.
Yep. But I did. I booked my ticket and I booked our hotel. So
yeah. So I mean,
going, and I'm going to book my flight right when we're done here. So
we will be there if anybody is interested in fucking seeing us there, or saying hello or whatever. We will be there. It's the end of August in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
August 24th to the 28th or something.
27th.
I think we get there on Thursday and we're gonna leave Sunday. So we'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday probably if we want to see anybody.
Yeah, so anybody that wants to go to a Fan Expo, now's the time. It's fun. I
would love to hook up with the enablers, Jordan. I don't know if they'll all be there because I think they're all going to Comic-Con, I'm pretty sure. But I think I think Kevin obviously will be there because he lives in Toronto or GTA. So I will definitely try to see Toying Around. And I think I'm going to try to meet up with Bearded Builds too. And Jordan, yes, like I said to you, we've been chatting a little bit in the DMs. Hopefully we can make that happen, man. That'd be awesome. It'd be nice to meet you.
Yeah, dude.
So, there's lots of people. I might even try to meet up with. Maybe we'll try to meet up with Paul. See.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, Fan Expo is so much fun, and there is somebody there for every fandom possible. Like that's the cool part. Is like no matter how nerdy or weird you think your like tastes are, there is somebody there that is way nerdier and has way like more niche tastes than you do. Like there'll be some people dressed as like some random Japanese anime and like stuff like that. Like it's just that's
sweet.
It's awesome.
Love it.
Everybody there is at least in my experience has been always really cool and friendly. So
Nice. I've only done Fan Expo in Vancouver, and it's shit here. It's actually happening next week.
Yeah, soon, I think. Yeah.
Next weekend, the 17th, I think. Yeah, so I'm not going because.
Yeah, no.
You can walk through our whole one in like 40 minutes.
I mean, you couldn't do it in 40 minutes. It's basically like 2 humongous rooms. But I mean, you could take like a day and experience all that Fan Expo has to offer if you're not there to meet like a certain celebrity or go to certain panels or anything like that.
If you're just walking through it, right?
If you're just walking through it, a day is more than enough. But I don't know. I always have fun. Like the Saturday is by far the busiest. So if you're only going to spend one day there, I would say don't go on Saturday. Go there Friday or Sunday. But
we might not even do Saturday, right? We might see. I mean, we'll probably just see as things go, and
who knows? Like I haven't been there post pandemic, so
yeah,
it could be way less busy than it had been. I don't know. So last year I was there, I think was 2019. So yeah, I don't know. It's a fun time. I recommend it. Cool. And this I think will be my 10th year going. So
it's good. Damn, son.
Yeah.
My body's ready.
Yeah, dude, it's good. And like I said, like there's tons of food and like stuff to do in the area where like if you don't want to go to the expo, there's shit all over the place. You can, go see the CN Tower. There's food all over the place. Like there's cool areas of Toronto you can explore, and everything's pretty close to each other, so you can walk a lot of these places.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still there, but like last time me and my friends went, there was a arcade there that we went to, and like it was like one fee, and then everything inside is free. So like you spend like $15 or whatever it is to get in, and then all the arcade machines inside are free, and you just play whatever you want. And then they have like beer and shit you can buy, so you can just sit there and
we're gonna have to find that, because I'm gonna definitely want to do that,
dude. It's so much fun. Like we spent literally like 6 hours there straight.
I would do that too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's sick. Okay, we got to figure that one out. We got to remember.
So look for maybe we do that on the Saturday instead.
Yeah, maybe that'd be cool.
Yeah, so fucking, I don't know, join us if you want to go to Fan Expo. This is your year to do it.
Yeah, hit us up for sure. Let us know that you're in the area, and that'd be great. That'd be fun. Oh, I didn't say it either. I have Paul painted head sculpts up for pre-order right now on my page.
Very well done. I saw we should say he showed his reveal and everything like that from last episode, and
yeah. So I put the pre-order. It's up until Friday next week. So if anyone's interested,
hit Matt up.
I can add you to the list. So
yeah, man.
Yeah,
I liked it. It was good. It was a cool thing to see him unwrap.
Hell yeah, man. I know. I'm still in love with the whole situation. So
hell yeah, buddy. I love to see you get the appreciation for your work, man. It's good.
Zang.
At Customs by Matthew, as always. Just go follow him to see his shit.
Go follow me.
Fan Expo. Last of Us.
It's so good, man.
Yeah, dude. So I 2 episodes. Obviously, there will be spoilers for both episodes here. So, spoilers.
Yes, I was looking for it. Yeah, good job. You did it.
Yeah, I love both episodes. I think the 4th episode kind of sets up the 5th episode. So I think like the 4th as a standalone episode was probably the weakest episode of the 5 so far.
I agree.
I
still liked it though.
Oh, it was great. It was just like you could clearly tell that it was a setup episode, and it kind of needed the 5th episode to kind of follow through.
Yeah. Man, the 5th episode was another one where it's just like so fucking sad.
It's a tearjerker. Yeah, I mean, so we pick up after episode 3 with Joel and Ellie kind of going off on their own after they meet up with Bill and everything and get all his stuff, and they're cruising on the truck, and they end up going through a city and get their tires shot out and everything like that and crash, and then they realize that they're stuck in the middle of a city with
Kansas City,
a big gang of people basically that have taken over the city that want to shoot them and kill them, and that aspect is kind of made for the show. Like that
is there not like people who are like revolting though against like
there are but like the character of Kathleen that was
I see that's made up.
That's made up. That's not part of the game.
Gotcha.
What's her name? She's in.
I don't know her name, but I know who it is. Like
she's in Yellow Jackets too, and she's really good in that too.
Nice.
Fuck, I want to say it, but I don't want to get it wrong. Melanie Linsky.
There you go.
Yeah, so that character was made kind of for the show, but it definitely resembles like characters from the game that like it was made for the show, but it definitely has like elements pulled from the game to that character. But yeah, the game has like a lot of different like gangs of people that are in different areas of the country that like are out there to like survive or whatever, and they will kill anybody that comes into their territory. Where that's where definitely the show is pulling from. But to see like Joel kind of have to, you know, be the good shot and like protect Ellie and stuff like that, really cementing him as like the, you know, protective fatherly figure, it was cool to start moving in that direction, you know.
Well, I liked episode 4 because we started to see again. It further kind of built the relationship between Joel and Ellie too, right? They got to the point where like, you know, they're making jokes and, you know, and then
that's straight from the game. Ellie's joke book is like right directly out of the game.
The diarrhea one made me laugh.
So the jokes are like, I think original for the show, but like she finds like a pun / like dad joke book in the game or whatever, and she like constantly like will ramble them off as you're like walking through places and shit like that. And
like I like when she was like, did you know that diarrhea is hereditary? Yeah, it runs in your genes.
Perfect. And it just makes them such a likable couple, right? Like you just hear him start chuckling as they're like laying together in that like abandoned apartment or whatever. Like it's cool.
That's the one thing that I really liked about both these episodes, though, is it really showcases like how alone they are. Like it's just like you have to take solace in like the little things, right? It's like in episode 5 when they're kind of, not to jump the gun, but like when they're kind of like moving under the city through the tunnels and they come across that like hiding place where there's like toys and like, you know, a little soccer setup or whatever, and like getting to see Ellie and Sam play together and stuff and like actually get to be kids. It's like, man, that like made me tear up because I was just like, imagine living in this world where like you don't even get to be a kid. You are like still having, and like when they were having the back and forth discussion. So to jump the gun, in the end of episode 4, we meet Henry and his little brother Sam, and then like we find out more about them in 5, which is like he's basically like a informant or something for Fedra, right? Is that what he is?
Yeah, so basically he was like running through the city, spying on what other people were doing, reporting back to Fedra. Like he was just like a rat.
Fedra is like the government, basically.
The government military branch that was like supposed to be protecting the public from the outbreak, but like basically was corrupt as all fuck and was like literally out in the streets, like fucking murdering and raping people.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I see both sides of it. Like I mean, obviously you don't want a corrupt government agency like, you know, killing people, but like I also see the element of like the government stepping in with a military presence to like try to defend the public. Like you would definitely get elements of like them being very good, and then also you'd obviously get corrupt fucking assholes that would take the power and with it. But I love that the show like has, I mean, me and my friend Brian were talking about this earlier, is like there's no moral right and moral wrong characters. Everybody's a mixture of gray.
Yeah, totally.
And like even Kathleen, like as you explore her character, you kind of see where she's coming from.
Yep.
And then she's corrupt and she's being terrible with the power that she's, you know, taken, but she's also got reasons of why she's acting out that way. And like you find out that Henry had basically killed her brother and now she's out for revenge. And so you kind of see her side of things. And then also you see Henry, who's like, I had to give up her brother because they were going to fucking kill me. And,
isn't that the only way he could get medicine for Sam?
Right. Medicine.
So Sam is his little brother and his little brother's deaf. So they have to communicate through sign language. And Sam like has one of those little pads where like you can write on it and then like you can lift the paper up and it goes blank. He has one of those. That's how he communicates.
Like an etch a sketch
kind of thing. So like what I was saying about the Ellie and Sam relationship is like Ellie's 13 and Sam's 8. So it's like they're not exactly the same age, but like you can see them like playing together and having fun together, and like it was so nice to see that. And then like even at the end, I won't jump to that part just yet, but like when they're communicating back and forth, and Sam asks like, are you ever scared? Like, you never seem scared. And she's like, I'm always scared.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared of being alone or something like that. Right. And it's
totally.
like,
You can imagine that, like,
heartbreaking, like, for those poor kids.
Imagine being an 8-year-old in this world, right? Like, you don't get to experience anything fun, any type of childhood. You have no entertainment. It's whatever. And like, you can see that with the relationship with the comic books, and like Sam really appreciating that, just like drawing and pretending he's a superhero is like shit you did, at least I did as a kid, before we had like access to the internet and video games and cell phones and all this shit. Is like, I would go outside with my friends and play Power Rangers and like X-Men and like all kinds of shit like that. And you could see him like that coming back is like, okay, without television and internet and all that kind of stuff, what do kids do? They read comic books. They're still pretending to be superheroes. Like, it's cool. But yeah, like, I love that aspect. I was seeing them be a kid, and that's all pulled directly from the game. Like that underground, like school, daycare, whatever you want to call it, area.
Yeah.
That's right out of the game. Like, one for one pulled from the game.
Crazy.
Awesome. It's really, really cool how well done it was. Like, it was shocking. Like, just to see it in real life, I'm like, holy shit. Even a little further on, where they're outside of that house with the sniper, that is like one of the hardest sections of the entire game.
Oh, really?
Like,
so that's another one that's pulled right from the game.
It's so fucking hard. There's so many clickers in that area, and you're trying to sneak up to that house to like kill the sniper.
Yeah,
you literally die. I mean, for me, maybe I'm just not good at the game enough, but like you die as Joel in that section like 70 times because you fucking keep getting hit by clickers. But yeah, it's directly pulled from the game. It's really cool. Yeah.
Well, I guess in that sense, it's not exactly the same because the clickers don't really come until.
Right, it's different
until after. Right?
It's different in that aspect, but like the house setup and like
the
neighborhood and all the cars in the middle and all that, that's right out of the game.
That's so cool.
But the difference here is Sam's not deaf in the game.
Oh, okay. So that's added.
They made that for the show because they wanted to really show why Sam and Henry have to remain like such a close duo. Is like Sam is very dependent on him because he cannot hear.
Yeah, sure.
So I mean, that's a scary concept as well. It's like not only being a kid, but you don't even know what's going on because you cannot hear gunshots, you cannot hear clickers, you cannot hear anything. Like,
yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, it's it was good though. It was really good. I liked the relationship between Henry and Sam. I liked the relationship between Henry and Joel. I liked that they both like had this appreciation for one another as kind of being like the caregiver of the other, like their kid, you know, their respective kid, and they have this like mutual friendship or not really friendship, I guess, but like this mutual respect for one another just because of that. You know what I mean?
They're kind of both the fatherly figure that they don't want to be, but have to be to protect the younger one. You know?
Yeah. And then I liked, you know, I mean, like I said, 4 was really just a lot of story to basically enrich all that 5 had to give us. Yep. And like, man, the whole episode of 5, my palms were like sweating. Like,
when you see all those clickers just start coming up out of the ground.
Oh my God. As soon as that truck started to move. So basically what happens is Joel shoots the driver of this like huge like snowplow thing that's about to take out Ellie. And it like goes the other way and smashes into a house and like starts on fire. And then like all of a sudden you start to see it like start sinking into the ground, and like all of these fucking clickers come up like water. Like they're not slow. It's like fast as running water. It's just like crazy.
It's like a ant farm coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
It's
oh my
wild.
God. And then it's great because they get to fight all of. Oh yeah, the big dude. What's it called? A bloater?
Yeah. So they're like, basically in the game, they're like clickers that have lasted long enough where they start like they're just bloat with like infection basically. So they're
crazy.
Like, in the game, they like shoot out like spores and shit to infect more people.
Oh, crazy.
But they obviously remove that in the game, in the show, because they're not using spores as the infection point. But like the whole like grabbing you and smashing you on the ground, like that shit they do in the games, like
Well, man, he ripped that guy's head off. He rips
Yeah,
that one guy's head clean off.
yeah,
Just
yeah. It's wild, man. But I loved it because it was it's very much the game, but it's different from like in that section. I don't think you actually fight a bloater, if I remember. There's a different section where you fight the bloater in the game, but it's like straight out of the game, the bloater and the way they look and the way they act and everything like that.
man, it's awesome. Fucking again scary. Like
terrifying.
Especially like they move so fast and it's just like,
well, you had like what 30-40 guys out there with machine guns and they're just trying to mow these fuckers down and they're not even dropping
there's
them.
Like 100 of them. It's just like
the one guy emptied his entire clip into the bloater and it doesn't even like stun it. It doesn't even hurt it in any way.
Anything.
Scary, but it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Palms were sweaty, and you got Joel.
Well, that whole scene trying to get up to the house, then they start getting shot at, and then the whole bit with Joel getting into the house, and then again, like once he does get into the house and takes the guy out, now he's the sniper, and he's like trying to pick off like. Well, it starts by trying to pick off that. What was that? What's that resistance name? Is there a name for them? I can't remember.
I don't remember, but like whatever kind of resistance group that Kathleen was running out of the city. She's just like I don't know. I don't think she actually had like a group name for her resistance.
Well, anyways, as he was trying to like stop them from kind of getting to her first, and then all of a sudden when the clickers all start going crazy, now he's like really having to play it right, and like she's crawling around on the ground trying to get through everything, and
just the way like she's dodging under things as like Joel's shooting at them, and like she's weaving in and out of cars, and like when she crawls into that car, and then you see the like little kid clicker like slither over the seats like a snake or some kind of serpent. It's fucking the weirdest movements of like it almost looked like one of the high jumpers you see in the Olympics going over the bar, like actually like kind of folded over the seats. It was like really creepy motion, but
it was creepy. Those things are all creepy though, man.
They are totally. But like just the way like you see Joel trying to like pick him off as Ellie's running, and then she goes inside that car, and Joel's like, "Well, what do you want me to do now? You're inside a car. I can't hit this thing. Like you're on your own, kid." You know, and it was just really scary. And then meanwhile, you got Sam and Henry fighting him off from under the car, and like they're trying to boot him in the face, and like it's scary, man.
It was cute when Ellie went to try to rescue them from the two that they were getting attacked by.
Yeah,
stab them or whatever in the neck.
That's game shit too, man. Is her knife is she runs up behind people and stabs them, and you're really seeing Ellie kind of step into her own of like, I'm gonna have to protect myself and the people I like around me, or they're gonna die. Like, that's just the way it is.
It's got to kind of work both ways, right? Joel's protecting her, but she's gonna have to help him too.
And you saw that in episode 4 when she had to, kill her first person. Well, basically kill her first person is like the ramifications of that is what does it mean to shoot somebody and how do you deal with that morally? And
especially as a child, like,
and the guy's begging for his life and you have to determine whether you're going to kill him or trust him. And that's scary, even when they meet Sam and Henry is like, they don't know that Sam and Henry's guns are not loaded, like they had to trust him at his word that he wasn't going to shoot them in the face. Scary.
Yeah, so basically the way it kind of ends is like once we get past all of the clickers and the resistance people, and where they go to like a house. Is it a house? I guess it's a house, right? I don't remember exactly.
It's like a hotel.
Yeah. So they're staying in like this room, and the kids are staying in one room, and Joel and Henry are in the other room. And that's when like Joel and Sam have like this conversation about being scared or whatever.
Ellie.
And then Sam and Ellie have this conversation about being scared back and forth, and then he kind of Sam exposes that he got bit on his ankle, and Ellie thinks that like her blood will be able to save him, so she like cuts her palm and like squeezes the blood out over his bites and promises that she's gonna like stay awake with him throughout the night or whatever. And then we wake up. Ellie wakes up the next morning and sees Sam sitting on the end of the bed, and when she approaches him, he like attacks her and tries to like bite her. And
But that's the cool part about making the character deaf is like as an infected, he couldn't hear her getting up and he didn't
Right.
turn. So like she doesn't know that he's infected. He's facing the opposite direction. So
Yeah.
it's not until she's right in front of his eyes that he attacks her. And for a minute, she thinks she saved him, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the heartbreaking part is she actually thinks that mixing her blood with his is going to prevent him getting infected. And
Yeah.
that's not the case.
You want to finish it off?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so Sam basically attacks Ellie and Ellie runs into the other room where Joel and Henry are. And Sam's basically like trying to attack / bite Ellie. And they're faced with a situation of like Joel ready to shoot Sam to protect Ellie. And Henry kind of stops him and says like, no. Because he doesn't want to kill his brother, but then he realizes the situation kind of and shoots his brother in the head. And then after what he realizes he does, he starts, freaking out, and Joel tries to calm him down. Like, okay, you had to do it. Like, breathe. It'll be okay. Give me your gun. And sadly, Henry takes the gun and shoots himself in the head and commits suicide. And your heart breaks, immediately.
Yeah,
I just started bawling. I just couldn't help. I just couldn't help.
So sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad. And it's sad again because it's like there's Ellie like just starting this relationship with this kid and like, being happy to be able to be a kid, and it all ends with her having to watch him basically get executed and then someone killing themselves right in front of it's like fuck.
Yeah, and I mean, even her taking his sketch pad or whatever that he writes on and writing "I'm sorry" and leaving it on his grave.
On his grave, yeah.
Just fucking kill me,
same
man.
Here.
Just it's so sad, and it kind of shows you why Joel's the way he is, right? Like, he's had to unattach himself from having relationships with people because this is the shit that he's had to do, and you kind of see why he's been so cold and why he doesn't want Ellie in his life. Is he doesn't want to have to shoot her. He doesn't want to have to have a loss again, like he lost his daughter. And that's the careful.
Even like he lost Tess too, right? Even though he played it off like they weren't really a thing. When you do that flashback in the Frank and Bill episode, like that obviously isn't the case, right? Like there obviously is some sort of relationship there. Like
totally, you can tell that he had whatever feelings he had for her, whether they were romantic or not. She was, his partner in whatever friendship or whatever romantic way you want to look at it. It's horrifically sad, and
sure is.
Then we get Joel and Ellie moving on at the end of the episode, and that's how it ends. And it's another fantastic episode. I mean, episode 3 made me cry more than episode 5, but like
me too.
Every episode is just a fucking pull on the heart, and it's just
it's true.
It ruins your night almost to a point where it's like, oh my god, I gotta cry again for an hour after the show. But it's just such a good show.
So true. Yeah, I watched it last night after my live stream or whatever. So did that and then watched that. And after I was done, I was just like, fuck, man, these episodes are heavy as hell. Like, very heavy. So heavy.
Yeah, it's not a heartwarming show, but it is about love, right? Like, the Neil Druckmann and I can't think of the showrunner's name right now. I want to say Craig Mazin, I think is it, but they talk about how like the game was based on love and the show is about love just as much as the game was, and what would you do for somebody that you love, and how do you defend that, and is it morally right, or is it gray? How can one character do something for love and then turn that to hate against you? Like it's all a morally gray area, and it's interesting to see the show play with each character and them. Even Henry had to do morally corrupt shit, and he's a great character. So
for sure. Jordan from Canada says television is in the last decade has been as good or better than major feature film.
100%.
I agree too.
We are living in the best era of television there's ever been, in my opinion. Like,
I agree.
I would say the last 15 years or so have been like unbelievable.
Well, I mean, I think it shows too, because you even have big movie stars who are willing to do TV shows now, right? Because it's
Totally.
just like
You would have never got
it's-
that in the 90s.
Nope, sure wouldn't have. So some of them still have that mentality where they're not going to do it, right? But
Yeah. I think it's probably for the longest time was about money, right? Is like you were never going to make the same paycheck on doing a show than you were in a movie. And I think, shows like Friends and stuff where they were paying, $1 million an episode for the stars by the end of the series kind of changed that outlook on television. And then you had shows like Lost, these big budget sci-fi shows that were, some of the most expensive shows ever produced in their time. Kind of knock it out of the park with storytelling, and now you're getting the repercussions of that, of like these shows that take 9 hours to really tell a great story, where you couldn't do that in a theater. You're not going to have a 9-hour movie.
You'd have to rush it and take out a bunch to kind of
and that's like Naughty Dog, who created the video game, also did Uncharted, and the Uncharted movie was bad because of that. Well, I wouldn't say it bombed, but it didn't. I'm sure it didn't do what they wanted it to do, and it wasn't a very good movie. Critically, like it wasn't great, and it doesn't do justice to the Uncharted story, which is, I think, a fun, like, Indiana Jones style story. Right. But it just needed time to breathe. It needed time to understand who Nathan Drake is as a character and his relationship with Sully and all this stuff, and they didn't have time to do that in the movie. Everything was rushed, and it's like, get on to the next story beat. If you did that like as a 10-part series, you have that room now to actually explore, and it would have been way better. So
yeah, totally.
I hope that a lot of these game adaptations go the show route and just give it time to breathe, give it time to understand the characters, show the relationships, show why these video games are so fucking good, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I even earlier tonight, I was talking with a couple people, like DMs. People had messaged me about my post for the show tonight, and they're like, "Oh man, I'm loving Last of Us, and I don't even like the game. I never even played the game or whatever." And I'm just like, "Yeah, man, me neither. Like, this is all new to me. I have no clue how this is going to end or how this is all going to go down." Or
so, what are your thoughts right now? Like, we only have 4 episodes left.
Yeah. So where do I think this is going?
Where do you think the next couple episodes are heading? Like, what do you think is the end game of this story?
I mean, I don't really know, but what I ultimately see happening is I ultimately see the season ending with them getting to wherever they need to be, where Ellie can be like looked at and basically like, whatever they can do with her blood or whatever. I think that we're going to end with like disappointment, where we get to some place where like wherever they need to go, and they're all like, there's all this hope for her blood or something to like solve this problem. And then it's going to end with them like finding out that that's not the case. And then they're going to have to like figure out what to do next. And
I will neither confirm or deny any of this.
I like that. Don't say shit. So,
I do think though that these next 4 episodes are all going to have to be an hour long or longer.
They mostly have been, though. Really?
Yeah. Episode 4 was 45 minutes, but I think other than that, they've all been about an hour or longer. But there's no way that they can finish the first game in 4 hours. Like, I assume some of these episodes are going to be 80 minutes again.
Yeah.
So
I hear my dog outside my door. I have to go and put him back into the bedroom.
Yeah.
You can entertain everybody. Tell them what we're doing next week, right?
Yeah. So I can take off the spoiler warning, I guess. So next week will be all about, obviously, Antman Quantumania, because we won't have another episode of The Last of Us to cover by next Saturday. So next week will be a full episode on Quantumania, full spoilers. Matt's seeing it, I think, Thursday. I'm seeing it Saturday night, and then we'll do the podcast later Saturday night. So same time as always. But it'll be full. Our thoughts on Quantumania. We'll do a brief spoiler-free section where we just give our overall thoughts and how we liked it and whatever, and then we'll dive into a massive spoiler cast of everything that goes on in the movie that we liked, we disliked, and the end credit tag and everything like that, and go from there. So it should be a great episode, and then obviously the following week we'll get back into Last of Us.
Hells yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm hopeful that Ant-Man's gonna rejuvenate my love. I'm hoping. I don't have high hopes, but I am hoping.
I'm same boat. Like I hope it's great. If it's not, that sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for Guardians anyway, but
Me too.
I'm hoping that we start getting a little trickling of like when Secret Invasion's coming out and start getting this ball on Phase 5, rolling.
Moving.
Toot
toot.
Yeah.
Get it chugging. You choose me.
Oh, you said it. That's my Valentine to you, buddy.
Oh, buddy. Locomotive incoming.
Yeah, exactly. I still find it weird that we don't have any dates for any shows yet.
It is weird. I wonder if they're waiting till after Ant-Man to be like, all right, this is what's up.
Yeah, maybe, but
like maybe something in there is gonna like directly lead into it, and then they can use that to kind of like build traction off of the movie.
I just think like with Mandalorian season 3 starting in 2 weeks, do they really want to push like 2 shows at the same time again? Like,
well, there'd be more because Bad Batch is going to be going pretty much for the better part of Mandalorian's run too.
Yeah, like that seems like a weird decision after like not really having anything Marvel wise in few months, 3 months, whatever. Like,
I bet you we'll get Secret Wars in like the middle of April, like right as Mando's kind of coming to a close.
Yeah, like to lead into Guardians.
Yeah,
that makes sense, but I wish it was sooner. I wish like we could cover Mandalorian and Secret Invasion together, but
that's what it is.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, there's always content. There's always something we can talk about. We didn't think we'd have Last of Us to talk about for 9 weeks, and here we are.
And here we are. Thank God we do, because it's great.
It would be a dead area if we didn't have this to talk about.
Yep.
But
it would just be an episode of us using your green screen to stupid things.
Once the studio's set up, I'll actually fucking maybe use it one night on this, but right now that room is a fucking clusterfuck. So
you can use it. You could be whitewater rafting while we're.
That was me canoeing. It was hard to do.
It's good canoe.
Yeah,
good
job.
You nailed it.
No.
I'm sold, really.
Yeah, I do the Austin Powers, the elevator go down, and down and. Yeah. I don't know. It'll be a good like next month or so of podcast episodes. We've got so much to talk about, so it'll be good.
I agree. Yeah. Well, I mean, when do you go and see Ant-Man again? Saturday? You going Saturday, right?
Saturday night. It's like 6:30 showtime, I think. So
nice. I go Thursday at 7. So
yeah, no spoilers from you.
It's funny. Kate was really wanting to go to the movies this weekend, and I was just like. I mean, I'm like, whatever. She wanted to go see Titanic because she saw that it was in theaters again.
Weird.
So then she was like, went to go buy tickets, and she's like, why does it say it's in 3D? And I'm like, probably because it's in 3D.
Generally, that's how it works, yeah.
And she's like, well, but Titanic's not a 3D movie. And I'm like, that doesn't matter anymore. Like, you can just make it 3D post. Like, you don't need to shoot it 3D. She's like, well, why would you make Titanic 3D? And I'm like, listen. They're just trying to get any extra money out of you they can. So, like, that's why it's 3D now.
Did you not want to see the guy that falls off the top of the boat and hits the propeller fucking in 3D?
That's exactly what I said.
100%.
But then she got all upset about it, and she was trying to call. She's like, it must be a mistake. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's not a mistake.
They can charge you $5 more a ticket.
Yep.
That's all they want.
They can charge you a premium price for a movie you've already seen.
Did you see, like, in the States, they're doing tiered pricing now?
Such a dumb idea.
It's going to come here. I guarantee it.
The thing is like, and I actually was talking about this with Kate the other night, was that they are going to just bury their own business. Because 100%. The fact of the matter is you're going to piss off that's not going to bring new people in. It's only going to drive the current people out.
The same as Netflix. It's the exact same problem. You're driving your most hardcore fucking fans away.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. The people that are going to theaters now are going to finally say, we've had enough. You've been charging us $17 for a popcorn and fucking pop for fucking 15 years. This is a step too far. Go fuck yourself.
Like Kate said to me, she's like, I hope the movie theaters never go away. Cause like, it's the experience I like. She's like, you're telling me you wouldn't go to see a movie at a movie theater if you could see it at home? I said, honestly, there's probably a lot of movies that, like, if I could get them opening night, on my couch, I probably would just watch them at home. If I'm being honest, like
I see both sides of it. Like
me too. I do too.
there is a certain type of movie that I love seeing in theaters. When Mission Impossible and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and whatever
The
Dune,
epic stuff, right?
yeah, Dune Part 2 come out this year. I want to be in a theater to see it. I
Yeah.
want it on a massive screen. I want to be fucking, right into it. But like as much as I am excited for Scream, I cannot wait for Scream 6 in March. But if that was day and date on Netflix or Prime or whatever, I'd probably watch it on Prime.
Yeah, same here.
I don't need to be in a theater to watch a horror film, and I like the comfort of my couch. I like being able to get up and take a piss. I like being able to go to my fridge and go, "Hey, I want a bag of chips. I want whatever. I can grab that.
I don't have to pay $20 for a drink and some popcorn."
Exactly. Like, my dog needs to go out. Okay, I can pause the movie and get up and stretch my legs, and I'm not missing anything. Like, there's elements of the theater I love, but inevitably during Antman, there's going to be somebody around me that pisses me off, that pulls out their phone or starts talking or is crunching their fucking candy and right in around me, and it's going to piss me off, and I'm going to go, shut the fuck up. And it's just the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like, am I going to miss going to a theater eventually for movies? Yes. But if it was only like, hey, we are going to have one really, really good screen per city, like one great IMAX screen, and like the 12 screen Cineplexes are going to go away, and it's just like one great screen, and we're going to get the big budget fucking massive movies on the screen, I'd be fine with that.
Well, Kate literally said that, because I was like, well, because she wanted to go today, and I'm like, we just didn't have time today. Like, we just... Excuse me. But yes, thank you. So then she started looking for next weekend, and she's like, the only movie playing in any theater next weekend is Antman. That's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's because that's the way movies are now. There's not enough. Like, and again, like, we kind of had the argument today about, like, in the car today about the general public, and she's like, oh, well, who wants... We were talking about 3D movies again, right? And I said, like, I know you don't like 3D movies, and I'm not saying that everyone likes 3D movies, but what I am saying, I know you hate them. Yeah. What I'm saying is that there is a good chunk of people out there that like them. That's why they've stuck around for 10 years at this point, or 12 years at this point, or whatever it is. Like, if the return wasn't there, they wouldn't continue doing it. So
no, I mean, anything is speak with your wallet. If you don't like something, don't go see it. But they're there because people are going to see them. As soon as people stop going to see 3D, they'll come up with some other gimmick to make people go pay more money. Like, that's why they brought out IMAX screens, is like, hey, we can jack up the price and it's a better experience, but we can charge $5 more a ticket. So here we go.
Well, like, I do the 4D. I do the what's it called?
Yeah, the I can't remember what they're called. The chair moving and all that.
Yeah, the chair moving. Yeah. And I like. I mean, those I like. Again, it depends though. Like, would I do would I do that for, like, Titanic? No. But would I do it for Guardians or any Star Wars where, like, you're in a ship and you're zipping and you're going and like fuck yeah, I would, man. Hell yeah.
No, like I said, like, it's all up to the experience, what you want, and it's fine that they all exist. If people are going to use, hey, I'll go see it in 2D, you go see it in 3D, have a great time. You go see it in 4D, have a great time. But as soon as people stop paying for it, that's when it will be gone.
Well, the thing is, with the whole charging for location of the seat, it's different if the high price seats are the current price. But if the shitty seats are the current price and then the premium price is the better seats, that's going to drive people. Yeah, I know that's what it is, but that's going to drive people away. I
guarantee you that the good seats are going to go up in price, and
the good seat, it will. I think that what I read, I think the rumor right now is that the premium spot seats are going to be like an extra $1 a seat or something.
Yeah, and then the shit seats that nobody wants that are like front row are going to be fucking probably $1 cheaper.
Maybe.
But to me, it's like, I don't know. For the most part, I go to the theater 4 times a year at this point. I used to go almost every weekend of the year. Now I'll see the 4 or 5 biggest movies of the year, and that's plenty for me. Like, I don't go enough where if theater stopped existing, it would really hurt my life.
Yeah. I mean, I go a lot. I go like I see pretty much every superhero movie, even the ones I don't want to see. I usually see opening night or like in the first couple nights.
Yeah, same.
And then like this year, I'll see Mario
Yeah, I'll see
in
that.
theater. I'll see Dune in theater.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, I'll probably see like 6 or 7 movies this year, just because this year is pretty stacked. But again, like if they were day and date at home, I guarantee there's a lot of these movies where I just be like, it's just easier to stay home and watch it.
Yep. Same
I have a nice TV. I have a surround sound system. I can stay home. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, but I we'll see. I guess I think this year is going to determine a lot about what happens with theaters.
I do too. So do I. I think if we have another really shit year, then we might start seeing some landscape change pretty quick here. I mean, again, I feel like we already are. If you look at theaters and what's in the theaters right now, there's nothing in there. There's nothing. How do you have these places that have 10, 12, 15 screens and one movie showing?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you. That's why they're pulling from like 1996 to show Titanic. Because they don't have anything else to show. They're like, well,
in 3D.
Yeah, well, of course. We got to jack up that price. You're not going to pay $19 to see Titanic again. You're going to pay $23 to see it in 3D.
That's right.
Yeah. This is what I mean. Is like back when we were younger, you'd go to a theater and there would be 12 different movies playing on 12 different screens, or 10 movies playing on 10.
Dude, that's not even from when we were kids. That's 10 years ago. Not even.
Early
7
2000s.
years ago. Even right before COVID, when shit all hit the fan, and we were getting tons of films, tons.
Yeah. But I just remember like actually going to a theater and looking up at the screen and going like, holy fuck, there's so many movies playing. Like, what the fuck do you guys want to go see? Yeah. And now
Very
it's
true,
like,
Jordan. Very true.
Nothing wants to compete with Marvel. That's the problem. Is nothing wants to compete with Disney. They don't want to release their movies at the same time because they know that they're not going to make any money.
Yeah.
So that's why nothing new's coming out this weekend, is because they know, well, Antman's going to make all the money. Why the fuck are we going to put our movie out now?
Why would we waste it? Yeah, we'll just get lost in the shuffle.
Right. So, I mean, I think Netflix is going to have the same problem. We were talking before we went live, but like the new profile sharing shit that's going on with Netflix right now, at least in Canada, I know it's happening.
You have to sign up by February 21st.
February 21st in Canada.
Set your primary location.
And I can tell you right now that almost every single friend of mine that I've talked to is canceling their Netflix membership because they're like, fuck this. I'm not paying more for a service that I'm already paying more than any other fucking streaming service. It's not happening.
I told Kate too that if I end up having to pay more, that's the first one that's going. Because like I don't really watch a lot on Netflix.
Like I said, like if they want to play these games, okay, great. When Stranger Things season 5 come out, I'll subscribe for a month. I'll watch Stranger Things, and then I will cancel you again. Like when your big budget fucking shows and movies come out that I want to see, I will give you a month.
Cherry pick it.
Yep. And then I will be out, and you can sit there 9 months a year not getting any money from me. I've been a Netflix member since 2010.
Same here.
And I'm out. Like I'm done. I'm done with their bullshit.
I pay the premium one too because I get the highest level because I want to be able to have it on multiple screens, and my mom uses it, and
I want it.
My employees uses it, so
I want it in 4K too. So like,
oh yeah, good point.
So it's like $23 a month in Canada for the highest tier, and now to have
$6 an extra per person too.
$7.99.
$7.99.
So end up costing, if you want the highest tier and 2 additional profiles, it's going to cost you almost $40 a month. And I can tell you right now, I'm not paying that.
Yeah, I'm not paying that either. So
yeah, so they can go fuck themselves.
I agree. They can go fuck themselves.
There's
enough stuff on Disney Plus, and to be honest, I'm strongly considering keeping my my YouTube premium too. So I might just swap those out, to be honest.
Yeah, I my friend Brian has YouTube Premium, and he swears by it. He's like, it's great.
I fucking love it. Like I'm dreading going back to like I think I have till the end of March. I did like a 3-month trial at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
And yeah, I think I have like end of March 28th or something like that. And like I love it. I can't even process the thought of watching an ad again.
Yeah, there's so many ads, dude.
Especially because they're not just at the beginning; they're like in the middle and
There's videos I've been watching this past week that like are over an hour long, and literally I got like 12 to 15 ads for that hour. Like it's just every 10 minutes there's another fucking 2-pack of ads, and it's just too much. But I get like these companies got to make money. I understand it,
Me too.
But when you start punishing your hardcore members, that's when I have like a problem with it. And
YouTube I get because again, most people just use free, but it's just like, I mean, I don't love the price of a premium. Yeah, C Jordan says it too. So hard to go back to normal YouTube after premium.
totally.
And that's the thing is like I do get having ads on regular YouTube because it's you're lucky to get what you get in that sense. In my opinion, you're not paying anything for it. You have everything at your fingertips, so I get it. But
I think they need a better ad packages of like, I'm totally fine if you want to put 2 ads in front of the video I'm watching, and then like say every half an hour there's another 2 ads or something like that. But some videos it's like, okay, you get 2 ads and then you're fine. And then other videos it's like, okay, we have an ad every 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Here you go. And it's like, okay, this is way too much. Like I'm getting constantly bombarded with ads. And then some of them are 10 seconds long. Some of them are 1.5 minutes long. Some of them are 45 seconds long. It's like, you need to streamline this of like, we have a 30-second ad package. We have a 1-minute-long ad package. Determine whatever you want to put out, up to the creator, up to the user, so on and so forth. Like streamline it that way. Like Netflix has an ad package now too, but like I could not imagine watching Netflix with ads. I would shoot myself. This is why I stopped subscribing to satellite and normal television. Is I can't take the amount of ads there are.
Yeah.
Nike
boy,
what's up, buddy?
We're just wrapping up, but
like football tomorrow, that's my biggest fear is like, oh fuck, I am gonna have so many goddamn Super Bowl commercials.
I mean, the good thing is at least Super Bowl commercials are good because
generally
they're so expensive. So,
but you also got to remember we're in Canada, and we
get the worst ones.
With a lot of the good Super Bowl ads, we do not get.
Yeah, true that. Very true.
I'm hoping we get some good trailers tomorrow, though.
We're supposed to get Flash. We're supposed to get Guardians.
I'm hoping that this is an opportunity for Disney to put out fucking when Secret Wars or Secret Invasion is coming out. That'd be awesome. Cool. Announce that shit. Maybe give me another Mandalorian trailer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Nike Boy says, new Last of Us episode was good. Ryan, you checked out season 4 yet?
Already finished it, buddy. Finished it on Thursday. I watched it in one sitting.
Nike Boy, this is Ryan. That's how he is.
I watched it 5 hours straight. I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the pod. You can go back and kind of get it my opinions on it there, but it was fine. It didn't blow me out of the water. I'm excited to see how they finish the season, but it wasn't anything like mind altering in my opinion.
How'd you like it, Nike Boy? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. The 5 episodes come out in March, so we'll see how it ends. But
nice. Same here. He says same here. I liked it, but hope part 2 gets better.
Yeah, same. Totally. Same page there, brother.
Yeah.
Nike Boy, we also talked about we're going to Fan Expo. So if you want to go to Fan Expo in Toronto, buddy, I know it's a far. I think it's a far travel for you, but
yeah, I don't think he's in Canada. I think he's in the U.S.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in the U.S. too. But
come
come up to Canada, brother.
Come and hang out with us, igloo loving motherfuckers.
Yeah, we'll have a polar bear ready for you.
Yeah, don't worry. We got lots of polar bears, penguins, dog sleds.
I've arranged my nipples to only come out with maple syrup. Just for you.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's the end of this episode.
It is the end of this episode.
Like we said, next week Quantumania, full Quantumania spoilers. So
lots of Antman spoilers.
August is the right time to do it, Nike Boy. August 24th, Fan Expo Canada takes place.
Yeah, do you like sweating your dick off? If you do, Toronto's a great place to be.
Toronto, Canada. Get a hotel and 4-day ticket package for, I don't know, you're gonna probably spend close to $1,000 coming from the US, but
that's 1,000 Canadian though. It's not that bad.
So it's for like $15 for you.
To be honest, coming in from the US into Canada is usually cheaper than traveling in Canada.
As long as you got a passport, do it up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be good. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna go to an all-day arcade one day and play arcades, I think.
Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, so join us next Saturday for Antman and the Wasp Quantumania with full discussion on that. You can always follow us at Moose Milk Media and at Customs by Matthew on Instagram, on YouTube, and get the podcast on podcast services.
Wednesday.
I
have This Week in Customs with Life with Brock. We recorded it yesterday, and it's going to be on in 2 parts, but all in the same night. So it's like almost 3 hours. So, but yeah, join us 9 p.m. over on my YouTube.
And
Customs by Matthew.
The following week, yours truly will be guest starring. So
that'll be fun. That'll be the night before my birthday.
Hell yeah. That's the way I planned it.
Birthday Whip Wednesday live with Moose Milk and Customs by Matthew together.
Will I be nude and only using cupcakes to cover my genitalia? You betcha. You betcha. That's my birthday present to you, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Exactly. Thanks everybody for joining us. I appreciate it. And we hope to catch you next week.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
Bye, Matthew.
The F out. Hello, bye, sir. Peace out.
Hello, bye, sir.
Hello, bye.